What's up, everybody? It's your boy Shaq. I'm back. Once again, I've been MIA. A lot of life things going on. Obviously, as you can see, going for a new look, went back to a short look, had to let it go. I've been blessed and fortunate to learn how to cut my own hair, so don't have a barber to shout out, really. I'll be honest with you. Do it myself. But let's do these playoff reviews, man. There's a lot of basketball that's been played, and I haven't talked about it, but I have so many things to say about everything. Um, I already talked about the Nets, so I'm not even gonna beat that dead horse. Chicago was pretty disappointing, to say the least. Um, Through no fault of their own. I mean, Chicago was the number one seed for a while, but obviously the injury bug plagued their team for most of the season. I think not having Lonzo definitely played a factor in them losing so quickly in the first round. But overall, as a team, the Bulls did a really good job of beating up on teams that they were supposed to beat up on, but teams that are equal or a higher caliber than they are, they just couldn't match up with. So it's safe to say the first round exit was more than likely going to happen, especially being matched up against the Bucks. The Bucks are just a bad card for them. Let's see. Philly against Toronto. Toronto is just a bunch of young strappy kids. They got their game or two in. They roughed up Joel a little bit. Obviously, they were like, if we're going out, we're gonna make it harder for you to go even further. So, that was pretty much it. I think Philly took that in 6 or 5. I can't recall off the top of my head. Let's see. Miami. Miami completely locked up the Hawks offense. It didn't matter, you know, what they tried. Trae Young is their offense, and it showed by taking him away. It took away everything for them. So, I wasn't surprised to see Miami walk away from that series victorious. And then Dallas and Utah. Utah is a decent regular season team, but that's as far as it goes. I don't see them getting out of the first round anytime soon. There's a big change happening. Uh, I don't think they're going to trade Donovan Mitchell. Partly because D Wade is a part of that ownership group or management group, whichever one it is, and he's not going to let that kid go. Secondly, they just paid him. They just gave him his rookie extension. So Rudy Gobert is gone. I would be shocked if they traded Donovan Mitchell, but Rudy Gobert is my pick if I had to make a move to go. I'm not sure where he would go, just because he doesn't really provide anything offensively. He does. He's an excellent rebounder, a shot blocker. He's an anchor to a defense. Obviously, having won Defensive Player of the Year, that goes without saying. What else? But that boy Luka is special. He worked Utah. Oh my goodness, he did them boys dirty. However, still got to give Donovan Mitchell his roses because that boy, he got a lot of high playoff numbers, man. But I will say this: if he wants to go anywhere, Utah's not the place to be. It is what it is. I don't know what it is about that franchise, that team, but if you want to win, that's not where you need to be. Let's see. Who does Phoenix play in the first round? New Orleans, scrappy team. The addition of CJ McCollum was humongous for the Pelicans. Humongous. It allowed Brandon Ingram to focus solely on scoring and picking his spots defensively, of course, because he has improved slightly as a defender. But it allowed him to focus, and the addition of CJ McCollum actually showed Brandon Ingram's. If you look at it, his player efficiency actually went up. His shooting percentages went up. CJ McCollum is obviously 20-25 a game, 6 to 8 assists. It was the leadership that they needed for that young team. And CJ also needed to change the scenery. He needs to get out of Portland. I also think Dame needs to get out of Portland. That loyalty will lead you to being a ringless all-star, ringless superstar caliber player, like so many players that have come and gone in the league. But yeah, it's back to the Pelicans. So when Zion comes back next season, I think that addition to CJ is gonna catapult the Pelicans to at least the second round, depending on who they're matched up with in the first round. But that could be a decent three-headed monster, if you will, with Bi, Zai, and CJ. However, no Devin Book, no problem. Chris Paul and I've heard talks from pundits, analysts, people who think they know basketball. Anybody who has ever said Chris Paul was washed up needs to never talk about basketball ever again. I've said from the beginning, from when he got drafted, from when he's in college, Chris Paul is that guy. It's clear any team he's gone to is always overachieved and has gotten better. He went to Houston, 3 straight Western Conference Finals, I believe it was. Then gets traded to OKC. OKC makes it to the playoffs. Clippers, you name it. When he was on the Hornets, and now Phoenix, he's transformed into a new team. Phoenix was the laughingstock of the league, always finishing at the bottom of the pack. Devin Booker, he's kind of shown him how to be a better playmaker, if you will. Not just being a bucket getter, but creating shots for his teammates. And you see it in some of the passes Devin Booker started making, where it's trying to get to his spots to score, but in doing so, opening up for DeAndre Ayton, Mikal Bridges, who's also catapulted to another level. He was just supposed to be a 3-and-D guy. He's gotten tremendously better. DeAndre Ayton, the pick and roll game with Chris Paul has been a godsend for him. DeAndre Ayton is playing how everybody expected him to play when he got drafted, and yeah, man, it's amazing just to see that transition in that team. But that aside, you also see what happens when Chris Paul leaves teams, and where they end up. The Clippers haven't been the same. The Rockets definitely haven't been the same. OKC hasn't been the same. The Hornets haven't been the same. Well, the Pelicans now, they're back in the playoffs, obviously, but they haven't been the same since he's left. So it's a testament to his greatness. But I'll move on. Memphis against,